Hi, this is Graham Harrison with Graham Cracker Banks. This is my 1926 Ford T model. My grandpa bought it in 1965 at the scrapyard. He paid $250 for it. It was a complete car. He built it pretty much for what it is today. It's had 10 different motors in it, I think, a couple different transmissions. He died a year before I was born, but him and my uncle were putting a supercharger on it, on the Solbach 350 it's in now. It didn't have the right pistons in it for a supercharger, and the supercharger locked up. That wasn't due to that, it just had a bad bearing. Then it locked up, so I took it off and I just put a regular manifold on it, it's got an Edelbrock 550 carburetor on it. But it's pretty cool. I put a Champion 4-row radiator on it. I built those mounts. That was like my first welding project I ever did. The slave cylinder was back here for the clutch, and I was driving up the road and the slave cylinder broke. So I put a longer slave cylinder on it, but it's a 1/2-inch rod, and I put it off the motor mount actually. So that added 2 more bolts to take the motor out. It's only 8 bolts to take the motor out of this thing, which is pretty cool. So it was wrecked. It's been painted a bunch of times, but when he was a couple years before he died, somebody pulled out in front of him. Everybody thinks this car's going super slow because it's an old looking car, but somebody pulled out in front of him, and he hit them, and yeah. And then one time it was wrecked. He had the garage at the old shop. It went across a 5-lane. He cranked it up. I think it was up on the lift or something, and somehow it got off the lift. When he cranked it up, it was in drive, and it went across the road, went in the ditch. But yeah, I don't know. That's what my grandma told me. And I did, so when I started this project, my parents, I started it when I was like 12. It's set in the back corner of the garage, just sitting there for years. So I wanted to get back on the road. So they said I had to have seat belts and it had to be safe for me to drive it when I turned 16. So I got some Wreck Ranger seats. I got some Wreck Ranger seats. I don't know what year, but it probably doesn't really matter. They actually have lumbar, but I haven't put that all together yet. It's got a 1/4-inch steel floor in it that I put in there. Before it had plywood, so it's a little sketchy. But I put that in there. That's diamond plate, but under here, it's an older piece of steel. It's got some rough spots in it, but I found it at the scrapyard, so I built a roll bar for it in here. So yeah. But the top, I got to redo the top. The top was it's made out of fiberglass and plywood, but it's got to be. I'm gonna take it off. I'm thinking about putting a piece of stainless steel or aluminum polished on there. I think that would be pretty cool. I want to get some stainless steel and put on the doors, or aluminum actually, because they'll be lighter. Because they don't really have door panels. And I got to replace this window. It's been cracked since he put the windows in the thing. So, and if you ever build a T model, this door is actually smaller than the passenger side door. I don't really know why, but yeah, at least on this one, I don't know if that's normal. It's got a Corvette rear end in it, an older Corvette rear end. It's got 295 50/15 tires on it, something from Wide Boys. He had drag slicks on it at one point, but these wheels they don't make anymore. It's just sad because all these are bent and pretty bad bent. It has a trailer hitch, which you guys probably think is crazy, but he used to haul his boat to Fontana Lake. He used to haul pretty much everywhere. He hauled his 4-wheeler with it. But yeah, I got my customized key here for the trunk. So here's my rear end. So I got my roll cage coming down. The 1/4-inch steel comes to here. I can't remember where I got this. I think I got it off of Summit's website. That's just a battery box he made years ago. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It has a leaf over on the front and rear actually. It's pretty cool. A little rough ride, but it's the old school type of stuff in it. But yeah, it's got Wreck Ranger seat belts that I went to the junkyard and found, and I made custom brackets for those. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But it's a pretty solid car. There's really no rust on it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about it. I don't have any more things to say. If you like my videos, subscribe, leave a comment if you got questions, and of course like the video, duh. And thanks for watching.